implies that you're there on a hot summer's day, right?
Yeah. Speaking of
True.
like being under a blanket on a cold winter's day,
Yes.
Twitch recently introduced in Australia and New Zealand. It's been around in America for a while. Watch parties, where you can watch Amazon Prime Video, like movies and shit with your Twitch chat, and like you basically just stream your webcam, and then your webcam goes above the chat, and then the whole screen where the stream would normally be is just the show or the movie.
Oh,
Easy
and you can just
content.
watch. Yeah, it's sick. The only thing is, I realized that people can like still watch you. It still says you're live, and people can still watch your streams even if they don't have Amazon Prime Video, which means all they see is your webcam. So if they don't know what's going on, you're just sitting there silent with a webcam on every now and again, like reacting to
Hey,
something.
guys, it's so
They
funny.
need Prime Video.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
That makes
otherwise it would
sense,
have been
though.
like, you know,
It'd be illegal.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's pretty sick. Although the like that problem I hate.
Yes, the
and
Earth.
Also,
that is definitely what we
I
are
found out
building.
the other day when I went to try use it for the first time. Every country's Amazon Prime Video library is different, and I didn't think about the fact that that would mean that if I wanted to watch a movie, there would be people in chat being like, "Ah, damn, it's not available in America," or whatever.
That's what,
So like,
get a
if,
VPN.
yeah, if it's not available for them, they can't watch it.
Isn't the selection also pretty mediocre? I've heard.
It's not.
In general.
It's not amazing. It's okay.
Mm.
There's like,
And what people still can sub and like interact with the stream as normal. Like
Yeah.
Even doing this.
yeah,
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I guess that's a natural byproduct of Amazon owning Twitch, right?
yeah.
Damn.
I think it's a thing that could be really cool, but at the moment has issues that kind of putting me off. But yeah, it could be really cool if it's kind of like ironed out.
Hmm.
I feel like the free movies everyone should be able to watch.
You can
even
watch
if
all
they
the
don't
Prime
have-
originals.
Like everyone can, or
Yeah. So like things like the Grand
That's kinda
Tour
cool.
and like Carnival Row and all those like original Amazon shows. That there are some pretty good ones. You can watch those and The Boys. I was watching
Yeah.
The Boys season 2.
Ah, I need
with
to
my
I need to
stream
watch
today.
that.
It came out
Yeah,
today.
same here.
3 episodes.
Shit.
That's the superhero one,
man.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've been getting in a trailer park, boys. That shit's pretty
Oh,
funny.
it's so good.
That shit's fucking hilarious.
Oh,
I
yeah,
reckon.
you were telling me to
What's
get
his
into
name?
that.
Fucking Bubbles. Is
Yeah.
that his name?
Bubbles, yeah, he's a pisser, dude. Because like there was a cartoon one where the cartoon, because I started off watching the cartoon one, and there was this one episode where like one of the guys is like talking, and it's like where they smoked weed for the first time when they were like kids, like super young. And this guy's like talking in it. His name's Ricky, and it's like he has like the most broken English I've ever heard, but it's like American, and it just made me lose my
You're
shit.
like Canadian.
I can't. It was like, yeah, Canadian, yeah, and it was like I can't explain it. It was just the way he said shit was fucking hilarious. I gotta recommend it. It's fucking funny.
Nice. I finally just finished watching Chernobyl.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
still
still
haven't seen that
finished
yet.
That show is worth a watch. It's sick. It's
Yeah.
it's definitely grim as fuck because it's going over a horrific disaster in human history.
Fucking
but worth
Russians,
the fucking
man.
watch. It's good ass television.
What's that
yeah,
on?
it's crazy.
Jesus
It's
fucking
actually quite a
Christ.
good. It's an
HBO, I think?
HBO show. I didn't watch it entirely
Yeah.
legally. But it's interesting seeing the parallel like now dealing with COVID, and obviously there's a lot of politics getting in the way of COVID in certain areas in particular, and, like the government just not listening to scientists and things like that. This is exactly what happened back in the Chernobyl disaster. It's just sort of like,
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
They-
That shit could have been even more catastrophic than it
Dude.
was. The entirety
Yeah.
of Europe could have been fucked by that.
Yep. Could've gone into the
for
groundwater.
centuries. Yeah, man.
Dude,
Fucking insane. Some brave men.
Well, you have a gun held to your head and said, okay, well, we sent in a robot to clean up this radioactive waste, but it was
The gun
fucking
wa-
destroyed.
It wasn't a gun held to their head. But
Well, dude, if they said no,
Yeah,
like,
good luck.
what do you
I
think
tried
was going to
failed
happen? They were
too
going to go
much,
right to
so I
fucking
just quit.
Siberia.
I didn't have the
Go
time
right
and
to a
patience.
gulag.
Yeah, I understand.
No, I think they told them like they
it
promised
takes
their
a-
families
It takes
they'd
a
be
good
taken
bit of
care of.
patience
Yeah,
to learn how to use the
Like,
there's
tools
that
and
incentive,
stuff,
dude,
like
but,
the whole edit and whatnot.
After all those people went and cleaned up, like, those were some brave motherfuckers, dude. Because like they went into they went in with fucking shovels and shit, and they fucking cleaned up waste.
just for
hard time
context,
with the
like,
project.
Chernobyl disasters.
So
obviously,
they built by
like,
hand, and then they
the
got
core
bored.
of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant.
For me,
like,
I was always
exploded,
really good
meltdown.
at World Edit.
Exposed, basically, it was a
because I
huge nuclear
had so
meltdown.
much experience
And
with it
there was
as a kid.
graphite and toxic material all over the roof.
I
that
used
needed
to be a
cleaned up,
co-owner
and,
with my friend on a
and,
Minecraft server.
yeah, the
that we
only way to
owned.
get it done,
And
because
it
they would
was
try
really
send
cool.
machines up there to do it so that no one would get harmed, but the machines, the
radiation
radiation was
zapped
causing the
'em.
technology to fry, and so they had to find like maybe 200 people to like line up and go like in groups of 3 or 4 out on the roof at a time for a maximum of 90 seconds.
What the
'cause
fuck?
Because that was the only amount of time they could be that close to the core, picking up graphite with shovels and tossing it down into where the core had exploded. They had 90 seconds to get in, get out before they were basically they're fucking dead. Like they would be dead that day if they stayed longer than that.
Radiation.
And obviously, everyone who it was even anywhere near this died of cancer or other or just radiation itself.
Afterwards,
within like the next year or to 5 years.
like,
they're fucked.
they sent all those workers out to different parts of Russia, and then they all just started dying. Cancer, that kind of thing. But dude, like then they had the elephant's foot, which is the giant core that melted down. And if you looked at it, you
blind,
you
right?
just die. Lethal dose, lethal dose of radiation. You
It
fucking,
literally breaks you down on like a molecular
It's
level.
your-
Like it fucking
your DNA's
tears
gone.
apart your DNA. The
How
very
the fuck
fabric.
is there shit like that exists?
It's
That's
just
so
radiation.
fucked.
It's just radiation. It's everywhere.
What the fuck?
Like
No, just
you can get radiation from the sun.
yeah, if
that's
you're
what-
out in
and you get
space,
skin
dude,
cancer.
you'll get irradiated.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like the way they
Radiated
described it in the show
springs.
was like little molecular bullets that just tear through the very fabric of reality.
Holy
basically. It's
fuck.
fucking insane.
That's like Neil deGrasse Tyson shit.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, yeah, that's something that I
That's
was-
crazy. I'm gonna watch
It's
it.
a
I think.
it's a real insidious fucking thing. That radiation. It's
Yeah,
like
man, fucking
my
crazy.
dad would tell me that there's nuclear reactors that they have on actual aircraft carriers because that's what powers them. And
really?
I'm pretty sure I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure he told me that they'll have the reactor on and the radiation will shoot straight up into the air. And people on jets that want to land on the aircraft carrier, like they have to signal, call in, be like, hey, turn off the nuclear reactor, so I'm coming down. And there was a pilot that was flying over ready to land, and he tasted a lot of metal in his mouth,
Ah,
and he was like, and he radioed in. He's like, is the reactor off? And then they were like, oh no, sorry. And then they turned it off, and then he was able to land. But it was just like, Jesus fucking
How much
Christ.
was he exposed to in that brief period?
I don't really know, but I don't think too much.
Oh my
I think it would just been minor like throwing up, headaches kind of thing.
Dude,
that's crazy.
that radiation poisoning is fucking gnarly, man.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
The what it does to your body, like it looks just like insanely severe burns.
Yeah, your
Like,
skin
that's what
turns to
they-
goo.
Mhm.
Some Hulk type shit.
Ewy.
Some Hulk,
Hulk.
type shit. In what way? What makes you think of Hulk?
I don't know, just like the DNA
Green.
cells and shit, like breaking and all that.
Yeah, wasn't the Hulk? Wasn't he formed because he was blasted with gamma rays, or is that another thing?
Oh yeah.
I think it was gamma
Yeah.
rays.
Is that why he's green?
Yeah.
Because gamma is.
No,
because gamma starts with a G.
Gamma's green.
It's gamma green?
I was thinking of the gamma knife from what's it called? CS:GO. Fuck. What, by the way, you said something about a gulag, and like I know gulags are real, but what were actual gulags?
they're like
what are the
they're
actual-
like work camps.
The Gulag Archipelago. It's like a fucking.
But what actually did they
it's
do?
a
there?
it's a government
In
agency.
charge of the Soviet network of forced labor camps set up by order of Vladimir Lenin, reaching its peak during Joseph Stalin's rule from the 1930s to the early 1950s. That is communism, my friends.
Right, so it's nothing to do with Warzone.
No, well,
Like, it's not the same at all.
No.
Well, but Warzone is just
it's just a name. It's like the
Yeah, I
prison.
thought they had to like 1v1 in there or something. I was like dead serious. That's actually what I thought. I thought they'd have to like fight each other.
Unfortunately, Call of Duty isn't exactly right. They're replicating history all the time.
Fuck, bro. Why would they
That-
call it a gulag then?
Bastards.
It's just a
They should
big
change it.
prison. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
Russian history is super interesting. I really want to learn more about it.
Yeah,
It'd
it's
be more
fucking
important.
crazy, dude.
Hell of a place.
Russians
Oh, it's
Russians
cold
have been
over
through
there.
the ringer, man. Been through the fucking
Oh, for
ringer. I feel
sure.
so bad for the fucking Russian people all throughout history. It's just
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And it's so big too. Russia's a fucking massive
big.
place.
So
Yeah,
much of it's
harsh.
unpopulated though, right?
A lot of
Like, could you imagine if it was
Yeah.
all populated? Holy.
Holy. Well, yeah. Just think of China. You know, so fucking big ass country, heavily populated.
Yeah, but
Insane.
Russia's like twice the size. I actually don't know how big it is.
It's like
Have you
it's,
guys-
it's the opposite of Australia. Australia's like big and like empty desert. That place is big and empty, just like snow and
Ice.
shit.
and snow,
Yeah,
it's a
pretty
different
much.
kind of desert. It's a different kind of uninhabitable.
The tundra.
You know, like-
tundra is winter
yeah.
desert.
Tundra.
You know,
that's such a cool word.
Antarctica's like a desert in the sense that it never precipitates. Like there's never any rain, there's never any snow. It's the driest continent. It's covered in ice.
Why are we trying to move to Mars when we can just go to like Russia and shit?
Ask,
So
ask
much
Elon.
space.
Australia, bro. There's so much
So
space
much
out here.
unused
Elon,
space,
let's shoot
like-
some rockets over to Russia and colonize. What could go wrong?
Yeah, maybe like that'd be sick.
Start going to DEFCON 1.
Nah, Vladimir Putin would not be happy about that. I can tell you that much.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't know. Who knows what makes that guy happy? Maybe the strangest things bring a smile to Putin's face. Maybe
I mean, he likes riding horses shirtless.
Mm.
And bears.
Mm.
Grizzly
Yeah.
bears. I saw.
Bears.
And sticking his daughter with the coronavirus vaccine.
Yeah, bro.
You think he actually did that? No way.
Not himself personally, but he said his daughter got the vaccine. So
Yeah, I know, but like I'm
That's
saying,
some
you
like
think he
villain
actually
in like
did
the
it.
movies kind of shit. He's like, give me the vaccine, fucking like into their own
I'll
kid.
take the
like,
vaccine.
Jesus.
Hmm.
Well, you guys know what's a good show?
What?
The Office. I've been watching The Office US.
I've
It's
always
so
been meaning
good.
to watch that all the way through.
All the American listeners are probably all at once in unison, like, no shit.
No, like it's actually good as I put off watching it for so long, but
Yeah.
it's a good show. It's a good show. Would
Yeah.
heavily recommend it.
Yeah, it's one of those quality basics. Right? You know, like, It's a widely
It's one of those, like,
celebrated show.
Staple ones. It's like, what would you call it? I don't want to say it's like the next Seinfeld or
It's
something
the
like that.
white
It's like
girl
Seinfeld,
Tinder show.
Friends, The Office.
It's like Family Guy.
Yeah, it's like very big in like pop culture and shit. Like everyone knows who it is.
Did
least
you say
American.
Yeah.
it's like Family Guy?
Yeah, because it's American.
It's kind of like a mix of Chernobyl and Family
Yeah.
Guy, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like kind of like that sort of dynamic. Nah, but it's good as. I would definitely recommend watching it.
Have you guys ever seen those maps of how much space countries actually take up? Like
Oh,
it's 'cause you know
yeah.
how like a globe.
Oh
is a
yeah,
huge-
Africa's fucking massive.
Africa's huge.
Africa's huge.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
What I'm talking about, I'm trying to find the picture I saw. I saw it a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
because
But it's like, imagine the world just got flattened out, and like you could actually see, because
It is
the
flat.
globe distorts how big countries actually are. But
Yeah.
you're looking at like a
It's
rounded
like called the
version of it.
Mercurial projection or some shit like that.
Oh my
Okay.
god!
Okay,
you
you
guys
just
actually
made
got
that
the
word up,
name.
Matt. You just made that word up.
Where it shows like all the countries. I think that's like
Uh-huh.
the globe one. Or it's like where it takes the globe and tries to put it
Yeah.
on the flat. On like
Yeah.
a map.
They don't even
That's
need
not
to do that
accurate.
though. It's already flat.
I can't find this fucking picture for the life of me, but maybe. we
Yeah,
can
I'm
find
trying to
in
Google it
post.
too. What the hell do you call it?
Either way, it's cool as shit, and countries are way fucking bigger.
Oh,
than you
wait.
expect.
Here's
yeah,
one.
and some countries are way fucking smaller than they look.
Mm.
Here we go.
Greenland.
Here's one.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Look at that.
Well,
There's
true
Africa
size of
compared
Africa.
to everything else.
yeah,
Wait, Japan's actually that little?
Yeah, Japan's like the east coast of the U.S. pretty much.
Holy heck!
Japan is about the size of New Zealand, yeah.
Really? What the fuck? Aren't there like 80 billion people there?
There's a lot of people, but it's heavily populated only in certain areas. Like rural Japan is quite quiet.
Really?
Most of the population resides around the Tokyo area, and then a couple places up north, I think.
crazy.
Oh
the
my
UK is the size
God.
of Madagascar.
The UK is tiny.
It's a
as
good movie.
fuck. Yeah, no wonder everyone there's fucking. You know what? I'm not gonna say that
I
one.
love Melman from Madagascar.
You love who?
Melman, the
Melman.
giraffe. Yeah, Melman the
Ah.
giraffe.
From Madagascar.
Yeah, David Schwimmer plays him.
David.
Like the-
I know that because his last name's really cool to say.
We should rewatch Madagascar. What a stacked cast. What a fun.
It
movie.
is. It's got
I
fucking.
like the
Chris
lemurs.
The lemur.
Rock. The
Oh,
lemurs.
yeah.
Yeah. Old what's his name?
Yeah. Oh man, that was one of those movies that really brought joy to me as a child. Madagascar
Same.
was.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
fun fucking.
Madagascar 2: Escape to Africa is also
The
another
PS,
good one.
the PS2 game as well. I don't know if anyone played it.
No.
I miss being a
it was pretty
kid.
Good.
Yeah, man.
Being a kid was easy.
Like, I'm not
man.
even that old, but I feel like I just miss being a kid.
Yeah.
Nothing brings me joy anymore. I'm sick of being an adult. Get me
Like,
out of this world.
Yeah, how hard is
This
that?
sucks. This sucks.
Yeah.
But now you can buy all the toys you want, bro. Look at it that way. You have like the biggest allowance in the world.
That's fucking shit as.
Doesn't
Toys
even
aren't even cool
Doesn't even want the
anymore.
toys anymore, dude.
Yeah, I don't want them. I wanted them back then.
He
Yeah,
just wants
go-
that raw childhood wonder. Just inject that into his veins. Make
Yeah.
that into a fucking
Yo,
pack.
hook me up
Crazy,
to
man.
yo. If they ever make nostalgia into a drug, fucking hook me up to an IV drip of that shit.
Just the
Oh,
adult
Swagger's
vaccine.
disappeared.
Swagger's left the show.
He did, just
He's
too
like-
emotional
he
about
just-
that.
Yeah, he just had like a life-defining moment. He's like, "Fuck this shit, I'm done, boys. I'm going
Yeah,
back
well,
to
I
being
mean,
a kid."
What, Swagger's like pushing 40 now? Like,
Oh my
dude.
god, he's
I
getting up
know.
there. Like
Fuck,
at some
I
point we
can
are
only
gonna lose
imagine.
him. Being friends with Swagger is kind of like getting a dog. It's like, oh man, I'm just gonna be sad in like 10 years when it dies.
I know, man. He's pushing 40 now. Like, he ain't got long left. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He got
I
the
know.
cat and the kitten to make him feel young again. Oh shit, it's all starting to make sense now.
I just wish they didn't have to wear the mask because he's ashamed of his wrinkles. You know, I think he looks
Yeah.
bold and old and cool. and-
Bruh.
Yeah, I think he
I
looks
don't know.
awesome. Like the gray hair and stuff.
It does look
Yeah,
a
I
little
think
bit
it
like a
suits him.
scrotum.
A little bit, but
little
you know,
bit.
There's nothing wrong with a slight scrotious appearance.
Scrotius Maximus.
It's not that lopsided.
My
Nah.
favorite feature is these big nose hairs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
hey,
Boris
my God,
Johnson's
just
back.
happened?
Talking about you. What's
I
up,
have
man?
no idea.
Hello.
He's back. What happened?
Did everyone get that too?
I got that.
What happened?
What the fuck?
Where'd you
I
go,
have no
Swagger?
idea what happened.
My box ran
don't
out of
know.
data.
Oh, we were just talking about your giant nose hairs.
Yeah, can we see
What?
that? Can you like show us?
And your
what do you
scrotum-like
mean?
face.
Mason was just saying his favorite feature of yours is your long, long nose hairs.
Oh, yeah, no, I plucked those bitches like last week. Yeah.
Oh, you got
Were
rid of
they
them. Oh,
were they
your favorite
colored or
feature
gray?
gone.
Were they gray or were they
No,
normal?
jet black.
Totally great.
Yeah.
It's okay,
Got a
buddy.
few
We
more-
get it. You're old.
A few
Like,
more
it's
years
fine.
left, guys. We're good.
You can be yourself around us. Like, we don't mind.
Yeah.
You don't use that touch of gray or just for men shit?
No.
Great. Now he's all upset with me. He hates when we talk about his age. Swagger, is there anything that you wanted to talk about on the show before we wrap up here?
No, not really.
Okay.
Hey, always wrap up. Always wrap up.
Always
Keep
wrap
it
up.
wrapped down.
Yeah.
Keep it wrapped.
Keep it wrapped.
Anyone else got
Yeah.
anything they want to discuss? Anything they want to project into the void that is the internet before we go?
Yeah, maybe politics, I reckon.
Yeah,
Let's
religion.
get into that.
Let's talk about politics. Let's go, boys.
Why not? Yeah. Politics, abortion, religion, and race. Yeah, let's get into
All
it.
that good
Yeah.
stuff. All that good
All
stuff.
that good stuff. Yeah.
Who do you think would
no.
make an awesome president? I reckon Adam Sandler would.
Yeah, Adam Sandler would
Shit,
because, like,
Yeah.
America kind of is just a bad movie.
I think Tim Allen. Tim Allen.
I
Tim
think
Allen, every
Chris
time they're at the
Angel.
briefing and he gives them like bad
Chris
news.
Angel.
Tim Allen's just like, huh?
Surely David
Sir,
Rush
the
is
Russians are
nukes.
launching the nuke.
Surely
When he
David
becomes
Dobrik.
president.
David Dobrik for president.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my country. SeatGeek is an app that lets you buy tickets in literally the easiest way possible.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Who do you reckon should be president, Mason?
I think me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're not even American, man.
And what's your
How's that gonna
first?
work?
What's your first act as president?
Stay inside till Corona's gone.
Aye.
Naughty boys.
Dude.
Holy
a
shit!
fucking
What a
plan, I guess.
genius.
What a
I don't know,
genius.
man. I fucking I
Mason
don't know
for
if I'll be
president.
able to make a good president, man.
Nah, you would. You
You'd be
would.
great.
This your run is looking really strong right now. Imagine this is you like at the debates. Like, I don't know if I'm good. I don't know if I'm the right choice. Like I'm pretty fucking shit at this.
Oh, I love his honesty. I'm voting for that guy.
The only
That's how
honest
Trump got
politician.
Because Trump's
Okay.
honest as.
Oh yeah.
All right,
oh, yeah.
I'm gonna stop
oh, yeah.
that. Stop
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
All
just
right,
gonna cut
guys.
me off. Cut me off.
Tune
We're
in,
gonna go
tune in
now.
next week when we're gonna get even deeper into politics, race, and religion.
Yeah, you guys
Yes,
love
yes. Don't
wanna
us.
miss that
We're
one.
Smart guys talking about smart things.
Yeah.
This has been the Misfits
Yeah.
podcast. Eat gamer subs. Use
Yep.
code
Eat game
Misfits.
subs.
Gamersubs.gg.
Snort game subs.
Or you can drink it.
Or you can drink it. Consume it
Dude,
however
what?
you want. Just purchase it, please. Using
If
our
it's hot,
code.
you can make a gamer sub slushy.
That's
Oh.
highly accurate.
Saw
yeah.
someone do that.
Wow.
It looks good.
And a
It
pug.
does look
Or
good.
makes
You
it-
look good
yeah,
too,
dude,
audience. I hope
makes
you're
it
staying
with-
sane out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
shelter.
look. You look amazing.
You look fantastic. I like your nose.
Nose
Bye.
hairs.
Bye.
Bye.
G'day. Welcome back to the Misfits podcast. My name's Fitz, and here is a review that someone kindly left for us on Apple Podcasts. They say, "My mom listens to this and she loves it, but she hates Swagger." Swagger, your response, please.
You know what? I love you too.
Swagger Souls.
Hmm?
She says that she actually hates you. She does not love you.
Why?
She doesn't love you.
She doesn't love me.
She doesn't.
Why?
She doesn't love you.
Why?
He provided no explanation, so we're just going to have to go off what we have. But clearly you've
Okay.
wronged her in some way, shape, or form.
Maybe it's the fact that I fucking curse so much. That could probably be it.
That could
Probably
be it.
it.
That could be it. I mean, it could be
Yeah.
the fact that you talk about smoking drugs all the time and
Yeah. Jacking off.
jacking off a lot. We do talk about jacking off a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need some new hobbies. This is the Misfits podcast. I'm joined by Mason, aka Zuckles.
What's going on?
Matt's here,
Oh, good day.
and Swagger's here too, of course.
Hello.
And yeah, I don't know. Sucks to be you, bro. I guess like she loves everyone but you.
Hey, man. You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Is it?
I
though?
could, yeah. No, it's completely. It
Are
doesn't
you
bother
sure? Are
me.
you okay?
Yeah, no, it doesn't
We're
bother
not
me at
talking about
all.
it.
Well, what's
All right, man.
what's another mom hating me? Huh?
I mean, my mom hates you.
Really?
Same
Yeah.
here.
My mom thinks that you poisoned my mind.
Are you sure? I think it might be the other way around.
What? What are you
Yeah.
even talking about, dude? I did not poison your mind
Surely you
yet.
did.
I haven't even studied yet, Swagger Souls. What's new in the world, guys? Here's Mason with news.
Well, for the forecast today, we got a bit of rain, fucking
Uh-huh.
bit of sun too. You know, it's a bit of a mix.
There's no
Oh, yeah?
rain.
Bit
Yeah,
of
there's-
both.
Meteorologist.
Mate, there's a storm coming tonight, so get your shit together, be ready.
Alright.
It's gonna be a big one.
You
And get your Gamer Subs code Misfits
Get your game
for
subs.
10% off. Got to get it. It's good shit.
That's right. Kind of a
And
weird.
that's the news.
Wow, that was a
Wow.
great news broadcast. God, from our trusted anchor, Mason. You guys hear about those fires over in America? You.
Yes, I did. Who hasn't?
The old gender reveal party fiasco
Oh, dude.
again.
What
Crazy.
the fuck, bro? Why,
What are they thinking?
dude? You have a fucking kid, and you go out to the desert in the middle of a fucking heat wave, and then you go, let's fucking light off a white phosphorus smoke grenade. Let's see what gender our baby is. Fucking burn down half the state.
I don't even understand the concept of a gender reveal party in general. Like, why is that really necessary? Like, is it really that big of a deal?
What happened
where you
to
can't just
baby
like text your
showers, dude?
friends? Yeah, like, well, I'm sure they have those too. Like, anyone who's going through the length of having a gender reveal party is going to have a baby shower as well.
You're gonna
And probably another few parties in between. I bet they're just farming gifts. That's what I
They
think.
want
They just
attention on
want-
social media.
They want
That's that shit
attention,
on there.
and yeah, they want those
I just don't know
gifts.
why they couldn't have filled up a fucking balloon. Like, why can't you fill up a balloon with fucking like talcum powder and dye, and then fucking shoot it with a gun or something?
Mhm.
Why do you have to light off a fucking smoke grenade in the middle of the driest fucking season California's had in ages?
Doesn't smoke grenades only do smoke, not explosions?
Yeah, it
but they
gets
also
really
get
hot. It's
Yeah,
really
so
hot,
Like,
and it
like the
just
grass on fire.
Ignited everything.
Oh
And-
shit!
and why wouldn't they have brought like a fucking fire extinguisher or anything? Like, I just don't like the lack of
These
safety
are-
is fucking so bad. I hope those guys get fucked. Like, just find out their ass. I hope they're held like fully accountable.
Well, it happened before in 2018, I think, right? And that guy, so I've heard, has to pay like $10,000 every year, and he had to pay like a sum up front as well, as his repercussion for starting a fucking massive forest fire for a gender reveal party. It's crazy that this has happened twice. You'd think that like the first time would be enough to make people think like, oh, maybe this isn't such a fucking good idea in dry season. But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
seeing
dude.
photos all over Reddit of the sky just being fucking orange in San
Yeah,
Francisco.
dude, it's like
and all over.
red. It's red
Oh,
in
did you
Yeah.
see
Oregon.
you see the one where they had like a van driving by with an LED sign on it? And it was saying like wash your hands and shit for coronavirus, and then like the sky's on fire in the background. It's like some real
2020 in a
like
nutshell.
apocalyptic shit.
Oh my god,
Jesus.
dude! And we're gonna be probably dealing with some fires over here as well
Oh,
in
I hope
Australia.
not,
I mean,
man.
I hope
Yeah,
not.
dude, but really,
hope
I
not.
mean, didn't like most of the shit fucking burn? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. But
Like-
I'm also like at this point just expecting the fucking worst all the time.
It's
Yeah,
I
fine.
no
dude,
longer
I
trust the
mean-
universe. I no longer
Not
trust
looking,
it.
not looking pretty, I reckon, but we'll see how we go.
I don't
It's
know.
already so hot here. I was just outside. It's fucking boiling and we're just entering spring.
Yeah.
It's going to get toasty. Every year is getting fucking hotter. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
I
I
saw
don't-
a post on Reddit the other day. It was an article from like 1910 or something like that, over 100 years ago, talking about the like coal and like how it's affecting the carbon emissions and how they were like this could have serious repercussions in a couple of centuries. It's very
Could.
interesting
You're
that like
saying there's a
even back
chance it
then.
doesn't.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they
Yeah.
obviously didn't have the technology we do today, but it's funny that even back then they were like, "Oh, we have to watch out about our little fucking, climate change situation because we're kind of fucking up the
Humans are
planet
just a
here."
bunch of like 5-year-old kids that just don't want to clean up after their mess they're making. They're just sitting there too focused playing. They're like, we'll clean it up when we're done, but it never is done.
Yeah, and it's easy as a person to be like, I can't believe that people didn't, take the right precautions and see this coming. But then I will also like put things off to the last minute constantly in my own life, and like just not be responsible.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I can see how it happens.
Did you guys hear about ITER? ITER. It's the
What's that?
tokamak fusion reactor that they're going to bring online in the next 5 years in France. They
Oh.
recently installed the cryostat, which is apparently like the largest piece. It took about a decade to forge and weld together to be used in this reactor. It basically uses magnets to like blast like plasma around the circle, this donut-shaped reactor. And the
Mhm.
faster it goes, they're hoping that they'll be able to fuse atoms together to give, a bunch of energy. And then the end goal is to have a sustaining reaction that
Mhm.
gives more energy than that you put in. And
Really?
they're using deuterium and tritium, or I think that's what it is. But it's
So is
it's two other
is it like-
hydrogen isotopes.
Is
that
it
they're
proper
blasting
fusion?
together.
Because
It
I
is.
heard like they're always trying to do fusion, but it's always like 20
I've
years
got
away or
no
some
clue
shit.
what the fuck you just said.
Can you explain
It's
that in
like-
Mason terms,
nuclear
please,
reactors
Swagger?
now is nuclear fission, which is like they
Yeah.
take radioactive core, it's stuck in water, it makes heat, and it spins a big turbine. So
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
we
all
need
it is
to
pretty
kick
much.
it down like to elementary level.
Yeah,
When
okay,
Australia's
Okay,
like,
fuck.
Excuse me,
Okay,
mate.
all right, Mason.
Imagine
so
they're using a
basically,
campfire to turn a big windmill to make energy. That's what we have right now. What they're
Yeah.
trying to do
Wait.
is like create a miniature sun that can kind of like just generate
Yeah.
energy infinitely.
So what we have in nuclear reactors is fission energy. So you have an isotope like plutonium or uranium, and it decays over time. And through the decay, you get energy and heat because particles are shooting out, et cetera, et cetera. I'm paraphrasing the fuck out of this, and I could be
Mhm.
wrong because I'm not a nuclear scientist.
Does it
But,
work like a hadron collider? Is that, am I saying that
No,
right?
it doesn't work.
it makes steam pretty much.
Yeah. So
It just makes
basically,
steam.
it warms water to make steam, and the steam turns the turbine, which then provides energy. But
Okay.
this fusion reactor is taking two atoms and fusing them together. Because what the sun does is it takes hydrogen, which is the most basic element, and it fuses it into helium, and then so on and so forth. It'll keep fusing when the sun gets bigger and collapses in a supernova and blah blah blah. But basically, they're starting to do work on the fusion reactor in France. They're installing all the parts, and what they're trying to do is test the plasma to see how it goes. In about 5 years, I think, is when they do the test, and then hopefully they'll be able to sustain the reaction for long enough to where they could be like, yes, this is a proof of concept, and it kind of works. Let's finish it, and then by like the 2030s, possible unlimited energy.
And is
I
it
reckon we
carbon?
just-
Oh, sorry, Mason, you go.
I was just gonna say, I reckon we fuck off to Mars.
Yeah, you think? Why Mars? Mars is a hellhole, dude. Mars is fucking horrible.
Hey, you call it a
Ah,
shithole
true.
planet? What the fuck?
True, but like, surely you can like plant shit or something
Well,
like.
you
just-
can, but
Like, surely you can grow life on there, yeah. Like,
sure. Using like
surely you can just make, and apparently there's water underneath and shit. Like,
yeah, there's water in the soil. There's ice caps. They were talking about fucking dropping nuclear bombs on the ice caps to
what?
yeah to basically do a greenhouse effect. put as much CO2 or whatever into the atmosphere so that way, you could block radiation. You can go on the Earth, not on the Earth, but on the like the Martian terrain and not have to worry about being bombarded with fucking solar radiation. Also, nuking the ice caps will, fucking unfreeze the water, and then you'll have water and all of that. But terraforming would take thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years to like pull off efficiently. So I think for the most part, people that go either to the moon or to Mars, they're probably going to be hiding out in fucking lava tubes that are underground because it's shielded from radiation. It's not as hot. It won't be as cold. It'll be insulated. So
Lava tubes.
Yeah, lava tubes.
Tubes of lava?
No, left over from when lava was there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
so
so
it's
it's
like
cold.
hollow areas in the terrain. I keep wanting to call like the ground in like the fucking like thing of Mars. I keep wanting to call it Earth.
The Earth, yeah.
It's not. It doesn't
Yeah,
work.
I wonder if we do terraform Mars and, fucking live there, if we would still call it like Earth. Or if we would have to
you
call
just
it Mars.
Mars. They're measuring earthquakes in Mars, and they had to officially name them Marsquakes because it was too
Marsquakes.
confusing.
That's buzzy.
Yeah, they actually
Fucking
found
hell.
out that solar eclipses trigger little Marsquakes, but I didn't read into the article. I just saw the headline, which is kind of interesting.
That is interesting. What do you make of that, Mace?
That is pretty interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, solar eclipses giving earthquakes on Marsquakes. Sorry, Marsquakes.
Yeah,
Very
Marsquake.
good.
I think that's weird. Why would that cause that?
I'm not sure. I haven't
Wait,
actually
isn't
read.
a solar eclipse where the moon goes behind the sun?
It goes in front of the sun.
Oh.
Eclipsing it, so it blocks it
I'm
out.
always wrong about everything, man. I can't just get one thing right.
That's all right. You got the Marsquake thing down,
But
like,
how so when the moon goes over the sun in a solar eclipse, how come it like when you look up in the sky, I know you're not supposed to look at it, but if you see it, it's like covers the whole sun. Isn't the sun like way bigger?
Well, the thing is that there's distance between them. So although the sun, is bigger, because the moon is closer to Earth than the sun, it appears, almost the same size, right? Because of distance, Like,
Well, that's weird as that it like perfectly matches up, man.
well, it is. It's not quite perfect, but it's interesting, right? You can still see like a faint outline of light.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
weird. It's weird.
Well,
as.
I think I read right now that apparently they're triggered because when the moon Phobos passes over the sun, it will drop the temperature on the surface, and that causes some bullshit.
Oh.
Yeah,
The thing is, Mace, is that when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie,
that's
amore.
Oh.
Dean Martin actually said that, and
Yeah,
I feel like he's, those words ring true to this day, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, he was a
Mars-
scientist.
Yeah, Dr. Dean Martin. No, yeah, bro, Mars, am I right? What a crazy place.
you
Looking more and
guys-
more appealing.
Would you
as the
guys
years go
rather
by.
live on Mars or the moon?
Probably
Well,
the
I haven't
moon.
been to either. So I can't
closer,
really
at
say
least.
from experience, but the moon, I don't know, like Mars seems cooler. Mars seems like it's kind of going to be where it's at, whereas the moon is sort of like,
Which
the moon's going to be like the gas station that you stop at while on your way to Mars,
which
Right.
one can you jump higher on? Because I'm going with that
The
one.
moon. The moon.
Oh, then I'm going with the moon, man.
Mm.
I'm gonna do leg day every day. And just be the highest jumper on the moon, and then
Yeah.
Well,
Just break
if
all
we
the
did,
world records on the moon.
do like a fucking 10 quintuple backflip or some shit.
Just start spinning.
we'll have the Moon Olympics and everything is just all fucky because of the gravity situation.
Do hurdles, but the hurdles are like 100 meters tall or some
It's shot
shit.
put, but you just throw the ball and it just never comes down. And just
Yeah, I
just
think
fucking
there's
sits on the
actually a
table.
moon that orbits. I think it orbits Mars, where if you threw a baseball and you fucking hit it, you could send it into orbit around the moon. It's just
No
like that
shit.
small.
What if you hit it like really low to the ground? Would it go the entire way around?
It probably drop down. You'd have to get some height so that way it can fall forever.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine.
Well, there you go.
Moon
Moon Olympics, new concept.
Moon Olympics, dude.
Well, how would the gravity situation affect like muscle?
Oh, you would
atrophy?
deteriorate
Yeah.
considerably. It wouldn't be as much as fucking what just 0G, but it still would be pretty bad. You'd
So
have
do
to
you
do a
think
lot of
that-
exercise.
So would we be in like buildings constantly on the moon that like fucking what's
Simulates
the word I'm looking
gravity.
for? Yeah.
Probably,
Yeah,
I don't know.
like compensate
It's
for it?
it would have to. I guess
Almost
we would
like
have
we
to
need
figure
you to
that
have
out.
the answers here, all right? Like we need you to lead this mission.
I think
no one else is going to do it.
I think what's more likely is that they're going to develop a drug that will speed up bone and muscle growth. They've actually developed stuff now. They put mice on the ISS, the International Space Station, and then they injected a group of them with a drug that promotes muscle and bone growth. And then another one, I think they just had to do a lot of exercise. And then another one, they just had just fucking on for the ride. And then when they brought them back down, the ones that did exercise, the ones that didn't do exercise, when they got back down, obviously there was a difference in muscle and bone mass. But what was interesting is that even when they were on the ground a couple weeks after, I mean, they were still losing muscle and bone mass, even though they were back on Earth. But the ones that they gave this drug, they actually gained bone and muscle mass in space, and they're hoping that they could develop this drug so that way astronauts can go up into fucking 0G and stay there for like 6 or 7 or 8 months if they're going on a trip to Mars and not have to worry about their muscle or bone mass deteriorating.
That's wild, man.
But either way, even if they did that, I mean, you still need like the artificial gravity because that's how your ears right itself, your sense of balance, your sense of perception, of direction, and space, and all that shit. Like, if you fucking just went on to Mars after a 6-month journey in 0G, you just crumple to the fucking ground. You just literally would fucking crumple to the ground. You would be useless for like a good couple of days, maybe even a week.
And the same thing coming home too, right? Because you would have adjusted to the new climate.
Yeah, it's just the change in gravity would be so fucking bad. Your stomach would be doing flips.
Right, Matt, what you looking at?
They're like building buildings across the street, so I was just watching them.
Is that more interesting than this conversation?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Well, what do you want to talk about, man?
I was just curious. I wasn't calling you out. I was just curious what you're looking at. Matt always finds interesting things happening on the streets below his apartment and sends us Snapchats of them. Like the other day, what'd you see that guy yelling at his car or whatever?
Oh my god, it was just like that bit from the Rick and Morty Australian one where he's like, "Get in the fucking car, Morty." Except he's like yelling at some chick in this car. He's like, "Get out of the fucking car! Get out of my car! Get out of me car!" for like 20 whole minutes.
He's like kicking the door and shit.
Yeah, he's like kicking the door and shit. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on down there?"
You think it was like an Uber and like a lady that was like, "I'm not gonna get out of your car."
It was like
until
some
you
old
drive me."
scuffed ute. I think it was like some domestic disturbance shit.
Oh, you
I was like, shit, should I call the cops or something? I'm like, fuck.
Season 2, the cops rock up.
Yeah, season 2, the cops rocked up at one point. As soon as the cops walked up, it's like the lady hopped out of the car and just like walked away instantly. And I was like, oh, this is boring now. They sat around, nothing happened to the dude, and then he just finally drove off. I was like, what a lame season finale. What the fuck?
Were you like shouting at him from the balcony? You do like a snap where you say something?
What did Gatsby want me to yell at him? He's like, oh, you're a gongmi, bruv, for some shit like that.
A Gumby?
No, what'd he say? Fucking, it's supposed to be like a drunk Aussie kind of slang or something like that.
No idea. You should just get, you should just have eggs and you can throw them at people like that.
Drop eggs off your fucking balcony. Or egg in
better
his
than
car.
dropping fireworks off the balcony.
Fuck that.
Fireworks.
Remember that shit? Ryan throwing the fireworks.
What?
I don't remember that.
Fireworks
what was
on a
that?
balcony? When was this?
I think this was when we were in LA at one point. This was back in like November.
That must have been.
Like an Airbnb
I think that was just you. That was like. I think you were the only one from Misfits around
I don't know
there.
if you heard the
He
story,
dropped
but yeah,
fireworks off the balcony.
Yeah, like they're the little like the ones like the white ones you throw at the ground and they pop.
Okay,
He's throwing some
that's
of those
different.
off. He's like, I just saw a Snapchat of him just going in front of someone walking around. I'm like, dude, why the fuck would you do that?
I thought you were saying he was throwing fucking like mortar shells, the ones that fucking explode. No,
Just the
no,
little
okay. Yeah,
poppers.
those little white poppers. That's harmless.
Poppers, yeah.
That's fucking
What are
harmless.
those? What are those ones you like hold and then they fire? The magic candles or whatever they're called.
Roman
You know what I mean?
candles.
Roman
Roman
candles.
candles. You guys ever use those? I've
Mhm.
never.
What are they?
I have, dude. They're fun. We shoot them at each
You
other.
shoot them at each other. You're not supposed to,
Yeah.
but everyone does.
They're like fireworks that you hold, Mason. Like you just light them in your hand and then
Goes-
they pop out and go
Oh,
like a gun.
I've seen those in videos and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people do like Harry Potter, fucking like Wingardium Leviosa, and then they fucking or Avada
Did you-
Kedavra, and they fucking
Oh.
shoot a green thing right at you.
Did you see the
Is it
one where the
safe?
guy
It's-
had like fucking like 20 of them wrapped around each arm and he was like fucking like Iron Man
He's
just
fucking Gatling gun.
I get like. Is it safe to have like a Roman candle fight if you're in a mask that protects your eyes?
Yeah, I think you should be fine.
Yeah, as long
Yeah.
as your
You're not
eyes are
supposed to,
protected, dude.
though.
That shit gets in your face, dude. It'll fucking like really burn you. But like, I don't know. It's if you get hit in the stomach or in the back, it's not that bad.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, Americans love fireworks, especially around 4th of July. I mean, we have Guy Fawkes Day here, which is similar, but
It's
I
so
never-
American.
nowadays it almost seems like that even doesn't exist. Like I
The
never.
fuck is Guy Fawkes Day, mate? I've never heard of that in my life.
Oh, maybe
Is that
that's
where
just-
cunts walk around masks and shit?
It's when they
Nah,
say
nah.
we are anonymous.
No, Guy Fawkes Day. It might actually be a British tradition,
British
and
tradition.
therefore a New Zealand thing. But no, it's because let me find out the actual history of it because it's because
There
of
was
a
a guy
historical
who
event.
tried bombing Parliament.
Yeah, it was a guy who
And
tried
they-
bombing.
They light his effigy on fire every year.
Because
Yeah,
what?
and his name was Guy Fawkes, also known as Guido Fawkes, I think. While fighting for the Spanish, he was a member of a group of provincial English Catholics who were involved in the failed gunpowder plot of 1605. Man, that's a long time ago. So yeah, I think they were trying to assassinate King James the First, and it didn't go very well. And so like now, almost to make fun of them, I think there's this holiday called Guy Fawkes Day where we just light off a bunch of fireworks. It's basically like the same thing as 4th of July. Just light off a bunch of fireworks, except for a different reason.
Yeah, but you can't. Can't be in Australia then, because we don't have fireworks here. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
it
probably 'cause,
must
like,
just be a
summer
British
shit.
Empire thing. Which
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Let's try- you guys don't have
Get
anything
fireworks
here.
in New Zealand?
Yeah. I mean, not super easily, not as easily as America, but yeah,
Yeah.
Guy Fawkes, they sell them. Growing up, we used to have a day every year where we'd go over to a friend's house and light up a bunch of fireworks.
It's
It's a
dope.
good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fireworks are cool. It's like you're. What else do you get to light off like explosives in your backyard?
Yeah.
I suppose, like in Australia, you can't do that shit because of all the fucking bushland.
Yeah, probably
True.
fires.
Probably
Yeah,
for the
the issue.
best. Yeah, only
Yeah.
gender reveal parties. Strictly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so weird, dude. You think they do more controlled burns, especially after last year out in California. I don't know. Maybe they are doing it. Maybe there's just too much land and they can't control it. Or maybe there was issues with like COVID-19 and they couldn't get firefighters together to do it. I have like no idea. I just don't
Oh,
I just
you
don't-
Mean, you mean intentionally burning down
intentionally.
parts of the forest?
Yeah, they basically, they do a burn, but then they're all
Mhm.
there with gear to steer the fire like wherever they want. They basically burn a giant circle around like an area, so that way
Yeah.
if there is a fire that is massive, it won't spread to different places. It's just
Mhm.
weird that given a year of prep time, like they're not proactive. Maybe they were, and maybe it was just useless, and maybe they spread either way because shooting fucking giant embers into the sky and they're landing other places and they're catching, and
Mhm.
I mean, it's just you would think that it would have been like less of a fucking issue.
People aren't proactive about a lot of things this year. COVID being fucking one of them. Like probably with COVID and everything going on. Maybe they just forgot. Oops. Forgot the fire season's coming up. I don't know. Fucking terrible though. It's awful.
Fucking crazy. Like even when we were in Melbourne and there were fires, there was smoke. You could see smoke. But
Yeah, it was right around the time my
the-
brothers visited. It wasn't
Yeah.
safe to breathe outside for
No.
like a few days.
the entire sky, the entire like atmosphere in Oregon is fucking red. It's like hell
Wow.
has opened up. Like
Mhm.
that
Atta
must be a
boy.
fucking sight to see. You open up
That
your
was the
fucking
best.
window and just it looks like fucking Blade Runner 2048.
Yeah. Like let's just figure out what else we can jam pack into this fucked up year and make it happen. Let's just
Should we
get
just
it all
light
out
off
of our
a nuke?
system.
Let's just light off a nuke. Come on. Anywhere. Drop a nuke. Come
I don't
on.
know about. I don't
It
know
can't
about
get
that
any
one,
worse.
mate.
Come on, dude.
Oh my
Let's
god.
get a thermonuclear blast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's just get it so far to the point where it's
wanna-
actually we reach post-apocalyptic society and people are forced to be compassionate out of the need for survival.
Look,
That's
dude,
the only way to solve this
If
problem.
we hit rock bottom this year, then we can guarantee that 2021 won't suck as much.
That's right.
And that's all
Then
I
we'll
want.
be
All I
looking
want
up.
is a better year next year.
Exactly.
Drop a
the bad
nuke,
times.
world hunger, giant pandemic. Let's, you know, anything we can do to make this year worse, let's do it. Just so that next year is better.
I just want to move to Antarctica. I was going to say Africa, but definitely not Africa.
Why?
I'd just like to move to Antarctica because there's too much fucking wildlife there, man. You get killed by a lion in like 2 seconds.
Fair enough.
I reckon move to Antarctica, eat the polar bears and live off them or something, or eat penguins. I don't know.
Don't eat their liver.
Why not?
Eat polar bear livers.
Don't eat a
Oh
polar
yeah,
bear
want to
liver.
kill you? It's got
Yeah,
like some
You'll
high dose.
overdose on vitamin. I believe it's vitamin D. You'll have an overdose if you eat the entire
Isn't
thing.
that good?
No, if you overdose, you'll die. You don't do it.
There must be an insane amount of vitamin D in those livers.
It's an
to
insane
overdose.
amount because they eat.
What if you have like a spoonful?
You could probably
Then
eat a
you're all right.
spoonful, like probably like a little chunk. It'll give you a lot of
And then
vitamin
that's
D.
like that's vitamin B. That vitamin B would last for ages. Then
Yeah, probably
that's like
would.
heat. That's
Just
plenty,
don't eat
mate.
the entire thing. You'll overdose.
You'll become allergic to the sun. You can't even go out in the sun because any more
Yeah.
vitamin D, you'll overdose. You'll have to stay
Imagine
in
Wait, is it
overdosing on
vitamin
the
D or
sun.
vitamin B that it has?
D.
D.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you said vitamin B. Is there even a vitamin B?
Yeah,
there
there
is. You can't overdose on that one though. It's water soluble. So if you take too
vitamin.
much, you just piss it
How
out.
many vitamins are there?
This is a
Probably at
good
least
couple.
Couple.
How many vitamins are there? Here we go.
Vitamin A, B, C, D.
There are 13, according to this article that I've just clicked. Could be
You're
wrong.
saying there's vitamin G.
There's A, C, D, E, K, B, and then there's a bunch of B subcategories like B6, B12, and so on.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like fucking who really has their vitamin labels calibrated correctly these days? I've never gotten tested, but I'm sure my shit's out of whack. I'm probably lacking all kinds of shit. Yeah.
Should have had your gummy vitamin, bro.
Do I need a
What's
blood
that?
test to determine that?
Yeah, but that's like
Yeah.
really
Fuck that.
expensive.
I'm curious to see. I'm pretty sure I'm also probably lacking things like iron and stuff. I don't know. It's a whole problem. Not really my main concern right now, though.
Do you know that the reason why guinea pigs were so popular in trials was because they can't make vitamin C in their bodies? Like, we can't either. But most mammals have developed a way to generate vitamin C like naturally. But we can't. We can't produce it. But the thing is, neither can guinea pigs. So in early trials, I think in the early 1900s, we got these guinea pigs and we deprived them of vitamin C. And guess what happened to them?
Fucking
What?
died.
They got scurvy.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
that's how we determined that scurvy has a direct correlation to vitamin C. And
Right.
and since then, we use guinea pigs in trials because they're like the closest mammal to humans in the terms of how like their body works or something. Well, there's monkeys, but guinea pigs were
What do
like
you-
rodents.
What do you eat to get vitamin C?
Stuff like oranges, lemons, that kind of stuff. Things
So
that
if
are
I
like-
just eat a lemon straight, then that's heaps of vitamin
Yeah.
C. Right?
yeah, easily.
They'll do you
Alright.
right.
Guess
I
I'm
was-
eating lemons, boys.
Lemon,
lemon.
orange, like that kind of stuff. That's
Do you
why
know-
that's why pirates got scurvy because they
Mm.
didn't have any fresh fruits to bring with them.
Just eating salted meat all day.
Yeah, they actually
stew.
thought that vinegar would help because they were like, someone said, oh yeah, if it's more acidic, it'll help you because lemons were acidic and oranges were acidic, and so they're like, oh, we'll just bring a bunch of vinegar, and then they fucking drank vinegar. It didn't help them at all.
Oh no.
Oy, Mace.
Yeah.
I still have a lemon in my fridge from one of those HelloFresh things. Odds on I eat it raw right now.
What?
Wait, you have
Right.
what?
A raw lemon. Odds on I eat a raw lemon right now.
Go get the lemon.
Get the lemon.
No, odds
Just
on.
do it. Just
gonna
do it
do it.
anyway, mate.
Do
I
it out
told
of
you
two.
to
Do it
not
out
eat
of two.
lemons.
Let's do a
Odds on
coin
out of
flip.
two. Out of two.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, 2. What the fuck was
Mason,
that?
it's
Wait,
you.
what?
You said that
Odds on out of two for Matt.
Oh, okay. 3,
Two,
2, 1,
one.
1.
Ah.
Let's go. Let's see that
Alright.
lemon, man.
Let's go. He's eating an entire lemon on the podcast.
Wow.
Cut it. Yeah, cut it. Oh, cut it in half.
You can't
Why
hear
cut it
you.
in half? I want to see him bite into that skin. I want to see
Yeah,
him
dude. He's
pierce
got.
it with his teeth.
He said he got to eat the whole thing raw. He's got to eat the peel too.
He said he really said he's going to eat the whole thing. We're going to watch Matt eat a whole fucking lemon.
Yeah, dude. I'm
bet
down. This is
Yeah,
content.
Have you guys seen that that video of Tony Abbott eating a fucking onion?
Oh
raw?
yeah, with the skin on.
Wait, what? Tony Abbott ate an onion?
Tony Abbott. There's this video of him. I think he was like visiting a farm or something. I don't know
Yeah.
the context. Some guy just hands him an onion, like just, and Tony's like, "Oh, fresh produce," and he just bites straight into it on camera. It's so fucking funny. And like he pretends like he enjoys it because he's, I don't know, he's trying to, seem polite. But
Be Tony Abbott. Yeah.
yeah.
Who's Tony
You're
Abbott?
right.
He's like some Aussie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, wasn't he the old prime
He's
minister?
the other
Oh,
prime minister.
Yeah.
He ate an
Yeah.
onion on live TV. He just bit into it
Yeah.
with the skin.
All right, Matt is here, and he's
Oh my
about
God.
to
Oh, wait, I
prevent
gotta
himself
show
from
this
getting
like
some
this.
scurvy.
Yeah,
He's
Surely
got a
eat the
whole
peel
ass
too.
lemon.
Just take a bite out of it.
I'm not gonna eat a bite out of it that raw.
Yeah, I doubt he'd be able to even get into it. This is fair enough. You can cut the lemon, guys. If you want to see Matt eat a lemon, the video should be available on Spotify. But if not, YouTube.
Oh, almost got it in my
Misfits
eye.
Podcast.
Okay, off to a good start. Jeez.
He's already got it in his eye.
Oh, this is a great idea. I love this.
Angle this thing down. So
All right, there you go.
Matt, your mic is fucking trash, by the way. Mitchell
What?
keeps complaining about it. Our podcast editor.
Then why the fuck hasn't he said anything?
I don't know.
I think
I'm
he
pretty
told
sure he
us
has.
to tell you, but I think I almost forgot.
I think he's too scared. He's worried that you'll beat him with a bag of lemons. Sorry, I just got flashbacks to his primary school
Oh,
days.
it's so
Oranges.
juicy, man. Are you
Oranges.
supposed to eat this
Pillowcase
like an
full of
orange?
oranges.
Are you
Yeah,
allowed
that's
to?
good.
There you go.
Go on, no, show us your face.
Show us your
We don't want to watch the
There you
bowl,
go.
Matt.
I gotta pan up.
Come on, get a good ass bite going.
You
None of
gotta
this
eat the
pussy
whole
shit.
thing too. Like I want to
Yeah,
see.
let's see it, dude. Yeah, there you go.
Get that vitamin C, son. Get it in
Oh
there.
yeah.
This is really the point we've come to with COVID podcasts. We're eating lemons for entertainment.
Hey, dude.
It's actually not that
I'm
bad.
down
It doesn't
for
really
it.
have any flavor.
And it's not even that bad. That's the worst
I
thing
thought it was gonna
about it.
be
It's
way
actually
more
savoring the
sour.
lemon.
All right,
This
eat
is
the
less
peel.
He's
tasty. What the fuck?
enjoying it. He's enjoying it.
I can get it. I've never found lemons to be that bad if it's a good one.
I don't know, man. It's making me cringe right now thinking about it.
Have you ever put
Honestly, not that
sugar on
bad.
a lemon or
No.
honey?
Oh,
Putting
well,
honey on it?
What's really good is crepes, like thin French pancakes.
Yeah.
You get some
yeah.
crepes and you drizzle lemon over it and then a little sprinkle of sugar and maple syrup. And that, my friends.
Oh yeah, well, like when you dribble lemon on stuff, it's good, but not just eating lemons with.
It's all lemon. It's like a little
Yeah.
bit of vinegar is good in a salad, but you don't see me drinking a bottle of vinegar.
Well, I actually just wrap the crepe around the lemon and bite into it like that. That's how I do it. Delicious.
Bro, he's still tucking into it.
That honestly wasn't
he
as
said
bad
he's
as
gonna
I
eat the
thought
whole
it'd be.
thing.
What the fuck? That's
Matt
such a
ain't no
letdown.
bitch. He
I
respects
thought
the
it'd be
laws
like
of
one of
odds
those
on.
warheads you bite into or
It was
something.
odds on, dude. You got to eat the whole thing. Hey, at least you get mad vitamin C. You'll be
Yeah,
alright.
dude, I'm
Yeah,
fucking.
it's so
healthy
scurvy
now.
for Mad.
Look
I'm
at how-
feeling
Look at how
like,
radiant he's
I'm
looking just from
beaming
eating
right
that
now,
lemon.
dude.
Yeah, he's glowing.
I'm high as fuck on this vitamin C.
Matt, I'm 90% sure that your mic is not picking up and it's your webcam mic instead. I'm just saying.
What do you mean?
to-
Maybe that's just Discord.
Oh, no, you sound fine now. Yeah, it's just Discord, I think.
Yeah, that's just you. All right.
It's because you fucking live up in the sky, Matt. Come back down to earth.
The altitude, man.
But I get to see all
Don't
these
help
funny things
much.
downstairs, man. Oh, they're pouring concrete over there. Look at that.
Look at that. So,
I wonder if I got a Nerf gun
more
if I could
science.
shoot it over towards them.
Give us more science, Swags. I want to learn something else today.
Yeah.
I like learning now that I'm
This
not in school. I don't
Any
get a chance.
specific subject that maybe I could dig through my brain for?
Give me some Antarctica facts because I like.
Antarctica is the driest continent in the world. It never rains, it never snows, it never hails. There's practically zero
So
precipitation.
where'd the original snow come from?
It's essentially a desert. It's just permafrost from like thousands and thousands of years, hundreds of millions, or whatever the fuck. Basically,
we wouldn't be able to migrate to there, couldn't we? Because like everything things would melt.
yeah.
What do you mean things would
Well,
melt?
no, it wouldn't melt. I mean, we have bases out there, but it's not exactly like a really fun place to live. All of them go insane. I think it was in Antarctica, on a research base where a guy fucking I think he ended up killing another person. And it was like this giant thing where people were like freaking out, wondering like what the hell to do with him because I think he murdered somebody, but it was in self-defense or it was some kind of weird technicality, some weird story. And he ended up getting like tried, but it was thrown out because technically he didn't commit a crime in any jurisdiction. It was essentially like in international waters. Like it was not, it didn't count for anything. So I think he ended up getting away with the murder.
Wow.
See, yeah, like speaking of that, like you know those pirate videos, like quote unquote pirates, like where they're out in fucking international
boats.
waters.
Yeah, and like Somali
Like,
pirates come up. And,
people just mow them down with guns. Like,
yeah, fuck them.
what the fuck,
Dude, like
That's
these pirates got like fucking AKs and shit, and they're trying to take over the vessel. They hire private security. Most of the time, they're fucking shooting in front of the bow of the boat as warning shots, saying, "Hey, you should fucking leave us alone and go somewhere else." And then they still come. So fuck it, they get what's coming to them. They try to board a vessel and kidnap people and try to kill them. Like fuck them. Sink their boat, let them drown, dude. Like come on.
Fair enough.
Piracy's fucked. It's not like internet piracy where you're just copy and pasting a car, essentially. You know, they're actually going up and fucking threatening people's lives and, you know, and holding them for ransom. And if they don't get the money, they get tortured or killed. Like, fuck them, man. Fuck them, honestly. Pirates are assholes.
Bro,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like I should
Pirates
brush
are
my
kinda
teeth.
cool.
Ugh. But my teeth are gonna melt away.
Probably pirates back then, but these days,
No,
nah.
pirates back then were not cool either.
I think they're kind of cool. You know, like sure they pillaged and raped, but they also had fun. You know, like
and that's
come
what
on,
matters.
guys.
It's all about
Drinking on the
friendship and
matters.
fun.
Drinking on the shit, having a
Have
good
some
time.
grog.
Come on.
Groggy, gonna be
Who's-
groggy on shit.
Who's to say that you have to live a certain way? All right, you're out on the seven seas with your pals. You're looting. You're getting money. You know, like, it's a pirate life for me. I can see where they're coming from.
Yeah.
But
Then you
what
get
do I know?
captured and put in a cage that hangs above a wharf. And then you're pecked at by vultures and ravens until you die.
It's a pirate life for me, my friend. I don't
Yeah,
know. It
dude.
sounds fantastic. That's
Fuck
exactly how
that
I want to
shit,
go.
dude. Fuck that era. That era must have sucked. Some big old nuts.
Question: do you think humans lived among dinosaurs?
No.
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 As if.
No.
Mason, this is why
Well,
you
no,
never
he's
learn anything because you just like cross your
Alligators
arms at
technically
every
are.
fact and go, nah, it's fucked. That's wrong. Don't believe you.
Yo,
Well,
he's
dude,
right though. There's alligators. Those are like
As if.
the only existing
Humans
dinosaurs.
humans surely are like billions years old, surely.
No, dude. We're currently Homo sapiens. Right?
Well, do you know what happened to the dinosaurs, Mace?
Yeah, media hit him.
Mm-hmm. So how do you explain that?
Allegedly.
So what you think all the
Fake
dinosaurs
news.
just happened to die and the humans didn't?
Oh, true.
Humans came a
Yeah.
long time after the dinos. We're talking a long ass time. I don't know exactly, but many years.
Okay, yeah.
So
Well,
actually-
if a meteor had to hit the dinosaurs, then where's the proof? Where's the big hole in the ground? Where's that?
there are huge holes everywhere. There was actually a massive meteor hole recently discovered in Western Australia, like huge fucking hole. Just I don't know exactly where, but it wasn't just one big meteor either. I'm pretty sure it was like a cluster.
I reckon there's heaps of meteors buried in the ocean, and
They likely
they
are.
would have caused mad tsunamis, like hectic tsunamis.
I mean, how many billion years ago were dinosaurs? Wasn't it something like 1.5 or 1.3 or something like that? Like it was a very, very long time
Yeah.
ago. Dinosaurs roamed the earth, like an extremely
65 million years ago.
65
roughly,
million, right? Not a
Yeah.
billion. Jesus.
according to Google.
I think the Earth is 1.3 billion years old. I think that's what I'm getting confused. But yeah, 65 million years ago, dinosaurs were around. I think humans have been around for about 300,000 years, like our current physiological like evolution, like what we are
Yeah.
now, we would have been 300,000 years ago. The only thing that's changed is our ability to pass down knowledge from spoken word, communication, language, writing, and that's how we've snowballed into like this, better creature.
Yeah.
But
During
our evolution goes back around 10, I'd say about 10 million years, maybe a little bit more.
From like,
well,
I mean,
haven't we
if
evolved
you're
from-
going all
from,
the way
like,
back to fish and shit, like, I mean, because we evolved from fish, cunt.
No
It's-
way, bro.
Yes,
There's no
dude.
way we
You
can-
evolved from a fucking
mammal.
chordate. It's
How
a
the fuck
a
can we-
vertebrate.
We'd be able to breathe underwater then. And what's to
No,
go with
dude, because
that?
it evolves you cunt, dude. Come
We no
on.
longer had the need to because we had to survive in a different climate.
Bro, you're telling me that if we evolve from fish, we're no longer able to breathe underwater.
No,
Hey,
dude, because
sometimes
it
you
went
lose stats and
gradually,
you
right,
gain
Mace?
stats.
It didn't go, okay, fish. Oh, now I have an arm, a cock, and balls, and 2 legs. Now I'm walking out in the water.
I
It was
thought we evolution
it-
from monkeys.
no, because
Yeah.
because everything developed in the ocean, Mace. A
Yeah.
long time ago, everything developed in the ocean, and so it went from fish, went to vertebrates, and then it went from a fish to a land-dwelling fish, and then that
Right.
became a
You're saying-
reptile, and then
you're
the
saying we
reptile
started-
grew,
yeah,
and then that
Mammal.
became a mammal, and then the mammal grew and evolved, and then after many millions of years, it became a little monkey, and then the monkey was like, "Ooh, I want to be bipedal," and he started strutting around like a pimp chimp, right? And then he's like, "Oh, okay, well, I have other monkey brethren. That's lit. We'll make a little clan." And then he was like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
I take rock. Here's another rock. I hit rock with rock. Big sharp rock. Cool. I take big sharp rock. I hit stick with rock. Stick. Big sharp stick. Throw stick. Food." And then from there, they'd all developed into monkeys, and then
I
from
get it now, I
primates became human.
I read somewhere that where it all started with like the water and like fish and shit. Yeah, I have read that.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
people are saying that they're dating it back to 18 million years ago. Would be when like our first hominidae ancestor came. So hominids,
AKA the goofy
being
looking
us.
humans.
yeah. So like the really fucking weird ass.
They
fucking
sounded real weird,
monkey-looking
too.
Things.
Oh, here we go. I found that.
There's Homo
sounded fucked
habilis.
up.
There's Homo erectus. There's then there's Neanderthal, Denisovan, all those.
Yeah.
Then Homo sapiens, which are us. It's pretty
It's
cool.
the story of human ambition, Mace. Humans throughout history have constantly been like, you know what? Fuck
This
it.
guy
I'm
kind
gonna
of
walk
looks
on
like
2
you,
legs.
Mason. This one right here.
Oh, which one? Come on, bro.
That's a bit of a stretch.
It's like you with the
I see
tan.
where you're coming
like a
from.
really dark tan.
Bullshit.
Look at that strong jaw. Yeah, that's what you like to
It's
see.
a strong jaw, dude. Ooh,
Look at his eyes. He's clearly high as fuck.
Your Homo erectus, my friend.
Nothing like that, but thanks anyway, mate. Thanks
Hey, dude, it's
anyway.
a compliment.
Oh my
It was a
god.
strong species right there. Except for the
Man,
fact that they died out.
I think we should just turn this podcast into just explaining things to Mason. Like we'll just pick a topic every time and we'll try and all understand it together. It'll be fantastic. We'll all learn something, and it'll be
I
great.
try and learn. I like learning. But like some things I've just already learned about, like I'm quite the knowledgeable person.
There is a wealth of knowledge in your mind
There
that I've
actually
occasionally
is.
tapped into.
I have a wide knowledge.
You sure do, buddy. You do.
Shit.
Yeah, we just have to figure out how to give you the tools to communicate it. But when we do, well, everyone step aside. We're gonna fix everything.
I'm gonna be developing Iron Man suits and shit.
You're fucking Tony Stark in there.
Yeah. He's hiding in there. I'm telling you, I got an alternate fucking alternate ego, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Alter
Yeah.
ego, and
Is
it's
it-
Tony Stark.
Gamer by day, Tony Stark by night sort of situation.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. You're like Stewie from Family Guy. You got like a fucking teleportation device in your closet over there and a bunch of like
Like a
science
time
shit.
machine.
Yeah.
Well, I might just have that. So
Swagger, what do you think of white dwarfs? I'm not
White-
talking Snow White. I'm
Talking
talking
about
space.
stars?
Yeah. You know
Aren't-
anything about that?
Aren't white dwarfs like the extremely hot stars that are really small?
I thought that's what's left when the sun dies out.
Yeah, it's what lives when the sun dies, and it just becomes this like the
Oh.
lost burning light.
It's a degenerate dwarf.
Yeah.
Yes. Otherwise
Yeah.
known as swagger souls.
Swagger solves the
Yes.
degenerate dwarf.
The white dwarf.
Degenerate dwarf.
Sounds like a children's book.
Not too bad. I mean, I don't have any thoughts about them, but
That's all right.
They're just really dense.
Yeah.
And
Kind of
I
like
don't know.
Mace.
Yeah, like Mace.
what? What I do?
No,
Nothing. I'm just being a jerk.
don't worry about it.
I'm just being a jerk.
Black holes are kind of sick. I think those are sweet.
Yeah, well, black holes are crazy. We talked a little bit about that last week, right? And how
I don't know. Maybe we did.
I don't know. They're all every day
Every
blends into
day
another.
is blending into each other. Every podcast, I can't remember an hour after I fucking turn off recording what the fuck we talked about. It's just all a blur, all a giant, massive blur.
You know, the podcast listeners know that we have a lawyer who has to listen to every single one of these episodes in case we say something that could get us sued. He has to literally, this is like a married man who has to listen to all these podcasts. I am so sorry to our lawyer who has to listen to these.
Very sorry. But thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're a
Keeping us
legend.
legally safe. We love you. Guys, look at the stars on my wall. You guys see that? I got a whole fucking galaxy over there.
Wow.
Yeah,
You see that? It's pretty neat.
Looks like one of those lasers, you know those lasers, like those illegal lasers you get that go like fucking 1,000 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that you can get like attachments for them and like rotate it, and it does exactly that pattern, but
Or it
like
scatters it.
Oh yeah.
scatters it and shit. Yeah.
Lasers are dope, man. I remember Sam, our creative director at Misfits. He was kind of like he's probably still in his laser phase, but he was really obsessed with lasers for a time at the beginning of the year. And he's like, "I'm telling you, man, everyone's gonna get into lasers. I'm just now really getting into lasers. I'm visiting this subreddit called r/trip caves a lot, and just looking through people's dope ass like places with trippy ass shit all over and cool lighting and stuff. It's awesome.
I don't know if I've told this before, but I've literally like lasered houses before and like made people come out and chase us and shit.
Oh yeah, well, with a powerful laser.
Yeah.
Is it the kind where you can see the beam or just the dot?
Yeah, the full beam.
Shit.
Don't ask how I got it. But yeah, I used to do that. And like, I swear I've told this story on the podcast. It was like we were on the Oval and we were lasering a house and the cops came. Did I tell that?
Oh, I can remember. But
Fuck,
shit.
I don't remember. I don't want to retell it, but
no, it doesn't matter. Fucking go for it.
well, so yeah, the boys and I were like, they just came over for a couple bevies, had the laser. It was like a tradition that we used to have. Like we just go laser houses at night. And there was this oval near this
You
house.
laser houses, so what? You like shine lasers
Yeah,
inside
like
of
bedroom
rooms?
shit while they're sleeping, and then they see it and then wake up.
Oh my God.
So like, there was this oval near this one house, and we got the house like every time we went. It was the same house because it was in a perfect spot.
Mhm.
We used to like prone on the oval.
What
and
is
like
this
have
oval? What do you mean by oval?
like football oval, like footy oval.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we like prone in the middle of it, and the lights would go off at night time, so like you could just sit in the middle of it and just be in the dark.
Uh-huh.
And there was like this wide selection of houses, and like behind you on the oval was like a skate park and like all these like back fences and shit and like alleyways and all that.
Mhm.
And on the oval there was these like houses lined up that you could like just pick whichever one you wanted to laser.
Mhm.
And so there was this one house that we got every time, and they'd always come out. And this one night we were prone on the oval laser in it.
Mhm.
And like we waited like half an hour like after they came out, and they're like walking out to their front like on the path and shit, and they're like looking around like, who the fuck's doing that? Started screaming and shit like
Oh my
that.
God.
They're like screaming at us. Like they had no clue where we were because we were just prone in the middle of the oval and pitch black.
Stealthed out. Can't they like
Such a
trace the
dog.
beam back, or do you just turn it off when they come outside? So they don't.
Turn it off straight away,
Right,
so they
right.
had no clue.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And yeah, we waited like half an hour.
So mean.
Waited half an hour this one time, and like this car like pulled. We saw a couple cars going past, and we're kind of thinking that they might be cops. And what do you know? This one car rocks up down the side of the oval, and then like it stops and like just pulls over. And we're
Mhm.
like, shit, is that the cops? And we're all just like keeping our heads laid on the ground, like trying to like keep low profile.
Yeah.
And then all you see is these fucking spotlights on the car light up, and the whole oval fucking lights up, like everything on
No
the oval.
shit.
is
Holy shit.
so like, you know, those cop spotlight things that they use like to like light up in place. That's what
Yeah.
they were using.
Oh my
And
God.
so we fucking got up, fucking legged it, full booked it down the alleyway, like just back alleyway, ran all the way back home, like down the rail trail and shit.
Mhm.
And like we hid in a house for like that long, and we just never did again. Like,
Oh my God.
well, we might have done it again, but
how,
yeah.
how old are you?
Oh, probably like 15.
Right. What a classic adolescent tale. That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. It's
Obviously, we don't recommend
one
anyone
thing-
fuck with people with lasers, but
one thing you should
hilarious.
never do with a laser is shine it at an airplane or a helicopter.
Oh yeah,
Or
and they
maybe
will come
drive.
knocking on your door
Or
if you do
people
that.
drive.
They'll knock you, yeah,
100%.
especially the U.S. They'll knock your fucking door and take you to jail. That's
Right.
It's super fucking dangerous, extremely
Oh
dangerous.
yeah, that's
You
what
blind
you're putting
someone
other
who's
people's lives
fucking
in danger.
piloting an aircraft, not good. The only
good.
way that is justified is if you're stuck on an island and you have your phone and it's out of juice. Don't throw it away. If you like crash landed in a plane or you fucking fell off a boat and you're washed ashore on a deserted island, because you could use that to reflect sunlight into the eyes of a plane passing overhead or of a helicopter. Now, it could blind them temporarily, but at least it lets them know that there's fucking someone on the ground that needs help. And then that's what is going to, help you get out of your situation. In
Of
laser
course,
too,
Swagger-
just go left and right.
Of
that
course,
way.
Swagger knows this because he's heavily researched things because he wants to survive on an island someday. It's his fantasy. He believes that he can survive on a.
I wouldn't
deserted island.
I know
Well,
if it was life or death, I'd probably be able to manage. I wouldn't be able to manage well, like mentally, probably physically also. But like I know I'd probably be able to pull out of the situation alive. But it's not something like that's a dream of mine. Like it's not like I get on the plane to fly over the fucking Pacific and I'm like, ooh, I'd love for the plane to crash and me to be the sole survivor and to
I know,
fucking
I'm
wash
just
up on an island.
Did you read that book growing up, Hatchet?
I know.
Oh, I had that. Yeah, school read that to me. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
think
so-
there was a movie on it too.
Yeah, it's a very, very famous book. I was so sure that you would have read that, Swagger. It's
It was in
it's
our curriculum, but I was in the class that didn't read that because my teacher was a fucking dumb bitch and wanted us to read some other dumbass books.
Hatchet's a great book. It's
Yeah, I
literally
wanted
about
to read
like a
Hatchet,
kid
but
who
I wasn't able to. I mean, nothing's stopping me. I can just fucking buy the book and read it. But
yeah. You'd enjoy it. You love deserted island survival. Like clearly, fucking.
I watch
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
about-
of bushcraft on YouTube. A lot of cool shit.
Oh yeah, like those videos of those boys just building.
Yeah,
shit
just
out
be
of
like, yeah, here's how
whatever.
you make an A-frame. Here's how you like build
Here's
a
how you
bunch
make a
of different shit.
3-story water slide in the
Yeah,
fucking
make it
jungle.
fucking
Just so you
those
know.
Indonesian guys out in the bush. Fucking with those really weird like tools. It's like a stick and then like a curved blade, like a machete, and they use it to dig and chop shit. It's
Yeah,
like a multi-tool.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
And off camera, there's the cranes and the diggers.
Yeah,
and,
right. Well, you'd think it would be like that, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
I'm a cynical cunt. I'm sure that it's probably more or less legit. But sometimes I'm like, are these guys really just out in the jungle with these HD cameras on their own building fucking?
Well, obviously they're near
Insanely
civilization.
day spas.
It's not. It's not like
Yeah, of
they're
course.
like, ooh, time to build a big 3-story water slide hidden pool mansion in jungle. I think it's more like, like we're hobbyists and builders, and we have a passion for this, and we go out into the jungle, which is like you're fucking probably like 3 miles away from their homes and their village. And they probably make fucking fat YouTube ad rev off of it. It's not like there's any cursing.
Absolutely.
So that shit is
No.
fucking fully monetized.
Hey,
So
it's good content. man.
And it's good content too, dude. I fucking love it.
Anyone heard anything from Primitive Technology lately? That guy's upload schedule is almost worse than mine. Hasn't
Nope.
posted in 8
I
months.
think, I don't know what he's doing. He's probably doing
Aussie
some
bloke.
shit.
That was my first exposure to those kinds of channels, and man, those videos were
We
relaxing.
should get him on the podcast. I wonder if he became.
Yeah,
Does he
but
even have
it
a
just-
voice?
He just
Nah,
he
he
just
can't
he just
talk.
he just like, so when's the next video?
Just like bush sound. He's just like molding clay the entire time, staring intensely into
Yeah,
the camera.
he's like-
He's like, let the clay sit for 5 minutes. The subtitles are just beneath him.
yeah, answers and subtitles.
Oh, he wrote a book. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, that's very
yeah.
cool. Such a cool channel.
It
Very
really
dope.
is, dude. Like nothing is more like satisfying to the soul than literal monkey see, monkey do. Like you look at somebody do it, and then you like understand exactly how he's doing it and what it means and everything like that. It's very relaxing content because all you hear is the jungle and water running and then rain and all of that, footsteps.
It's like the
Shit.
complete opposite content of those like 5-minute craft videos with the awful royalty-free music in the background and like make a fucking paperclip into a fucking noose for you, whatever the hell they do. I don't know.
dumbest
It's like the randomest shit. I love it. What's you guys watching any content on the regular? You guys find anything that's really tickling your fancy these days on the YouTube?
I went down. I'm trying to remember what fucking rabbit hole I went down, but I'm actually having trouble remembering. Maybe if I just go onto my recommended, it'll like pull some shit up.
I've been watching a channel called ContraPoints recently, which is a really I don't know. I think like her content's it's like really long form, dope content, like just exploring internet ideas and things like, you know, the idea of like cringe, which, you know, obviously isn't an internet idea, but things that are popular on the internet, like cringe and social justice. And
okay, so I have this book, right? And I kind of want to share this book with chat. So it's up on my shelf. Let me get it real quick. Yeah, here we go. It's just called. It's this book series I got when I was a kid. And I've taken care of my books. I always got hardbacks when I was a kid because, you know, my parents just wanted me to get hardbacks. You know, hardbacks were much easier to read because I hated softbacks. They just tore up so easily. But it's called Vietnam Casualties of War, and this is like the book 4. It's by Chris Lynch. But this book was a pretty good book. I read it like several times. Now I don't really like reading. Now I'm not much of a reader, but you know, it takes a lot for me to want to read a book these days. But because I mostly, you know, when you're on the internet, most of your time is spent reading anyways. You might not think about it, but as a kid, you know, if you don't start reading as a kid, you might as well. You'll have to learn it eventually, because once you get a computer, you know, you're gonna want to wish you learned how to speak English at least. I just disconnected my headset. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of good books that I got as a kid. That was a really good book. You know, Scholastic is a great company for schools to, you know, get books and whatnot. But this is like a really good book. Okay, so there's this one part at the end, right? And I hated this part. I would read it over and over again. So wait, where is it? It's literally on the last page of the book. Yeah, it just says that this guy okay. So this guy actually goes out of the cafeteria, right? And he kills his friend Rudy by shooting him in the head with an M14. Because like this guy just thought that Rudy was a wimp, and the fact that his other friends supported Rudy was just a shame. So this guy Morris, he goes outside with Rudy, and then all of a sudden Rudy gets shot in the head, and for a kid's book, it's very graphic. Morris collapses, sobbing like a baby, crying too loud for it to be real. He is lying across Rudy's chest. I put my face right to the old pal's stupid face, and the blood is seeping now. Rather than gushing all over my hands, his nose, his eyes, and now it's in my eyes. On my cheek. Yeah, and then it just says a quote from like book 1. Don't put your eye out, Rudy. I say right to him, don't put your eye out, stupid. Yeah, and he's dead. It's a really shitty ending. Gotta put that back. Bruh, I don't ever read books. But seriously, that was a good book series up until the part where they ended it. Because, you know, the author, I guess, ran out of time. I guess he was on a time constraint, because like it's like with making a video game. you know, you make a terrible story. And, you know, usually when you make a terrible story, you really don't have enough time to make a good story. I really didn't realize that until I started playing video games more as an adult. So, anyways, that's my take on a decent book.
Like canceling and all this sort of stuff, which is pretty cool. If you're into long form content like that. But that's pretty much the only thing in recent memory that I've even watched. Like, I'm not really watching shit these days. Ironically, I feel like COVID's actually made me spend less time on the computer than ever. So I don't know. What about you, Mace? Anything you watching?
Bit of the Sidemen. Don't mind the Sidemen. I think they're pretty funny.
So crushing it as always.
Fucking oath. But otherwise, I don't know really. I've been on TikTok, if anything.
Yeah, I got fucking banned, dude. I got banned for 7 days. I had to appeal it.
At least you didn't get verified account.
Yeah, I didn't lose it. I'm not verified. I got like suspended for 7 days because I uploaded a TikTok for my house tour video. You know the bit where like I go, I have some weed, and I'm like, this is cut grass. This is my weed, and then I was like, this is all oregano. That's my weed, and it goes to like the giant fucking bag with the paper that says weed on it, and the entire thing is a bit, and all 3 of those bags didn't actually have any weed in them, which is the kicker, because I could have easily done that, but I didn't.
And for all they know, weed's legal where you're from.
Exactly.
So I don't understand.
So like they just they struck that down in 7 days of not being able to post, which kind of sucks because I was on a roll. God. It was doing really well.
That's fucked.
They'll fucking yoink your data every single minute of the day, but as soon as you mention drugs, it's
dude,
it's a
apparently I guess the Chinese don't like it.
Yeah, I don't use TikTok at all. I don't even have the app. Because I know that if I do get because I remember that I did install it and I found myself just getting trapped in it constantly. I was like, this is not good. I gotta fucking get this shit off my phone. And then all the stuff came out about it being like, you know, kind of more. I believe TikTok is a sinister fucking place, but
sure,
don't let that stop you from enjoying it, Mason. Do what you want to do.
I mean, I don't mind it. Don't mind a bit of a browse on TikTok. It's fun.
There's some funny shit
gold,
on there,
dude.
man.
There's honestly some gold. There's some funny shit.
I love the animal ones. The animal ones are good.
Yeah.
They're funny.
I like the frog and the monkey ones. Fucking frogs like all sitting down with beers.
What about you, Matt? You watching anything? Consuming anything besides lemons? I think that lemon knocked Matt on his ass. Honestly,
I got a bit of heartburn right now. Not gonna lie. Need more water.
Vitamin C.
Vitamin C, man.
Vitamin C fights back, mate. I don't know. Can't really think of anything off the top of my head. I've been watching.
It's a dry time for content.
I know.
Feel,
I might start Chernobyl. Someone recommended that.
You know, if you wanna have a bleak ass time and enjoy some Russian history, then it's a good watch. It's great television, that show. Yeah. Oh well. Fucking that's that then, hey? The podcast's done. We're almost at an hour, boys. Anything anyone wanted to bring up here?
You know what fucking buckles my gears?
What buckles your gears, Mace?
The fact that this COVID bullshit is stopping me from getting my tattoos removed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least you're not like going out and that much, and you know, like it's not. I understand.
Yeah, but like,
you know,
I don't mind the knuckle one, but like, I just don't fucking like these ones. I want them gone. Like one of them was done by a pedophile. For fuck's sake.
Was that Romeo Lacoste?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
That's fucking crazy, dude. That's fucking crazy. Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so
get
sorry.
Him off, though.
You'll get them wiped off. It's all right.
I hope I get them wiped off. I hope like they come off completely. Like, because my mum got one done and it was like 8 sessions and it's like pretty much faded. Like, I'm hoping mine looks similar.
Yeah, there's a lot of that tech is like advanced. When did your mom get it removed? How many years ago?
Like 2 years ago, and now it's like she started it 2 years ago and she's like just finished it. So yeah, it's like I don't know.
Those are pretty small tats.
Yeah, those are really small. It should only take a couple of sessions. That shit should wipe off pretty easy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna probably go for the full 8 so I can like get them as faded as possible.
Faded as you can.
Does it ever like fully go away, or is it still like kind of like ghosty?
Nah, some of them do. Depends what color ink and shit like that. Like, I think my color's blue, like dark blue or black. I can't really tell. But yeah, I want I want to get rid of them. Yeah.
Fair enough, man. You reckon you'll ever get more intentional, thought out tats?
Nah, I reckon I'm done with tats. Like I'm just gonna keep the Kobe on the knuckles. That's it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But, yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, I never saw myself getting them, but lately I've been thinking. But I'm not gonna get anything unless I'm like sure. I'm like I want that in my body. Like I love this.
Right.
Yeah. See, it's hard for me because like I'm always wearing hoodies and now and shit because I don't like looking at my arm. Like it's just it's like a what's the word like self-confidence thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll get them
Fucks
off.
me a bit. Yeah. Just gonna
It'll be
take
good, mate.
time and I'll be right. Yeah.
It is what it is. Fuck COVID. I hope you guys are doing okay out there in the world. Shitty ass time, but hey, at least the Misfits podcast is still going. Hey boys, way the best content on the internet.
Hopefully in a month, 2 months, we'll be back and doing these live. No longer over Discord. It could be a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, I miss doing that, man.
I do
miss
too.
doing that.
It's different.
In
It's
future,
different.
I think our podcast will have a lot more like direction and a lot more bits and a lot more,
content, hopefully, to talk about. The main thing is we just don't have shit to talk about, guys, because we're really pulling topics out of our ass because we're just not doing shit. There's no
we can't do
stories, there's no
anything.
night outs. It's fucked. So we're sorry if things have seemed a little dry, but we're doing our best. And thanks for bearing with us. We appreciate you guys. We love you.
Right.
Drink
Gamer
Gamer
Subs,
Subs.
10% off at gamersubs.gg using code Misfits. Thank you for sponsoring the podcast, and thank you to Spotify
That's
for
right.
putting
And
us
thank you to my
early.
parents for putting me on this earth. I guess, guys. Peace. Bye.
Peace out.
Bye. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Misfits podcast. Today's episode is rated.
Well, I think I'm gonna end the stream for today. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you guys for watching, and I will be streaming tomorrow, hopefully, and we will be continuing to party rocking all night and every day. And party rocking all night and every day. Oh yeah, party rocking every night and all day.